This section, we're going to look at Hammurabi's code and how it affects society. One more reading, we want to pay attention to how society was structured, aka the hierarchy. Was everyone actually treated equally? This code goes through rules number 117, 138, 141, 196, 199, 202, and 203. We'll read through each code and break it down a little bit further so that it can be easily understood. 117. If anyone fails to pay a debt and sells himself, his wife, his son, or daughter for money, or give them away for forced labor, they shall work for 3 years in the house of the man who bought them, and in the 4th year they shall be set free. Essentially what this is saying is that if anyone fails to pay a debt, and he sells off himself, or his wife, his son, or his daughter into forced labor, then after 3 years, that debt has been paid and they have then been set free. Number 38, 138. If a man wishes to separate from his wife, who has borne him no children, he shall give her the amount of her purchase money and the dowry which she brought from her father's house, and let her go. It's important to keep in mind here that this society had different rules. When man would marry a woman, the woman's father would give the man a dowry. This kind of served as her purchase money, which is mentioned there in that rule. This would be a way for the father to continue to support the wife who would not work. If a man wishes to separate from his wife, and that wife has not given him any children, then he shall give her back her dowry and let her go. This essentially means that if a woman needs to be separated, then she can go, as long as she's paid back her dowry. 141. If a man's wife wishes to leave it, if her husband offer her released, she may go on her way, and he gives her nothing as a gift of release. If her husband does not wish to release her, and if he take another wife, she shall remain as servant in her husband's house. So essentially what this is saying is in Rule 138, if a man wishes to separate from his wife, he has to give her back her dowry. But in 141 it says, if a woman's wife wishes to leave the man, then she can go, but she does not get anything back from him. She does not get her dowry. If the husband does not wish to release her and she wishes to leave, he can take another wife, but she is now going to be a servant in her husband's house and will not be treated as his wife anymore, and she still does not get that dowry. 196. If a man put out the eye of another man, his eye shall be put out. Again, this sentence assumes that these men are of the same social rank, and so this is where we get the idea from Hammurabi's code, an eye for an eye. 199. If he put out the eye of a man's slave, or break the bone of a man's slave, he shall pay 1/2 of its value. Notice here that there is a differentiation between man and slave. In 199, it essentially says that if a man, a free man we can assume, breaks the bone of a man's slave or puts its eye out, then that man who did that damage shall pay 1/2 of the slave's value. Notice here it says its instead of slave, where it recognizes the humanity of that person. 202. If anyone strike the body of a man higher in rank than he shall receive 60 blows with an ox whip in public. Notice here that there is not an equal punishment here. If the one strikes the man of a rank higher than he, then he'll get 60 blows in public, which is a public humiliation. 203. If a freeborn man strike the body of another freeborn man or equal rank, he shall pay 1 gold mina. So in this situation, both men are equal, and there's only money exchanged.